Well, there were a lot of good things in the game today, but you know, when you spit the ball out 4 times, 3 of them in your territory, 1 of them for a score, you have the sacks that we have, and then you give up 3 huge plays in the last 2 drives. I mean, you're not going to win the game, and that was the difference in the game. I was proud of the team for the fight they showed and the resolve that they showed. We come out of the halftime, and it's impossible to have a worse start in the 3rd quarter. I mean, it was ridiculous. But to the team's credit, they showed a little resolve, and we tied the score up. And then we had some. I mean, it was terrible. They throw a curl route and go 80 yards. How far was that? 70? I mean, it's ridiculous. We're playing cover 2, and nobody can catch the guy. And then they run inside zone, and we have a run blitz right into it. And obviously, they threw us around up front. We can't tackle the runner. So, you know, but at the end of the day, the mistakes were the difference. You're not going to beat a team that's going to go to the Georgia Dome and spit it up 4 times and give up 6 sacks.
Derek Tyler taking control there in the second half. Could that now be permanent?
I don't know. I don't want to get into the quarterback thing yet. He did some good things. We'll look at the film.
Derek Justin went to the box in the second half. It seemed like Terry came down the field.
He was there the whole game.
Oh, the whole game?
Yeah. Justin was up the whole game. Just felt like we needed you know, one of our secondary guys on the field. Thought it might help us a little bit.
Is that something maybe permanent? Or?
Maybe.
Derek, can you talk about the decision to stick with Tyler after the pick 6?
Yeah, I mean, you know, they did a good job. They showed total blitz. We had a little quick game called, looked like a good call, and they dropped the end out, and he'd never seen that before. You know, as a freshman, I think every quarterback's done that, and he's got to see it. He's got to see it. So I didn't want to beat him up too bad over that one play. You know, because he did some good things out there, but the sacks kill us. You know, sometimes we're holding the ball too long, and then sometimes we're doing a poor job of protection. They got a good defensive front. We knew that was going to be a problem, but you know, they're hard to run on too. So you got to throw the ball, and we felt like we could get open, and we were, but you know, you got to be able to protect.
Had you planned to bring him in the second half?
Tyler? Well, I didn't know what I was going to do in the game. I was going to kind of let the game play out. And, you know, Matt did some good things early. But we held the ball twice and then gave up a turnover twice on a sack. And you just can't do that. Those are critical mistakes. One of them was going in. We got the ball 1st and goal in the 6th. You know, about to go 7 on them, and we take a little quick shot on 1st down. If it's not there, we need to throw it in the back of the end zone. So we made a bad decision. And then coming out in the second half, guy and open, we got to get out of it. But we can't put the ball on the ground when we get hit. I mean, you know, a couple of bad events. So we got to learn from it, grow from it, and move on.
Derek, with those sacks and turnovers, the defense had some short fields. 38 points doesn't really seem indicative of the job that they did to contain things.
Well, they really, the 3rd quarter was great on defense. Did they score? Well, they had to, you know, they gave up a touchdown after the turnover. But then they had 2 big stops, I think, when we tied it up. And it looked like we were, and then we had them, what was that long play? Was it 3rd and 10? I mean, you know, we got 3 guys corralling the guy. And nobody touches him, and then he just outruns our secondary. I mean, we're out there grinding coffee trying to catch him. And, you know, it's a shame.
When it seemed like you were getting more.
We're playing cover 2, and they run a little hook route. You know, ought to eat it up, but we don't. We gave up 70-yard play.
It seemed like for the most part you were able to get more from the guys up front, get to Garcia a little bit.
Well, pressure-wise, but we lost contain a couple of times, which we continue to do. And you know, we didn't do very well against the runner. You know, he averaged 6 yards a carry. So, I don't know.
The 70-yard pass to Alshon, I think, was his first catch of the day.
Yeah, we did a really good job, you know, of taking him out of the game, but you know, we weren't taking 21 out, and you that's a little bit of the difference. I mean, they were knocking us and knocking us and knocking us. And really, that play, the worst thing that should have happened on that play was a first down for 12 yards. But that's what great players do. I mean, that's what impact, game-changing players do. And you look at the fourth quarter, who took over? Number 1 and number 21. And that's what great players do.
Was it scheme, you feel like, up to that point on Alshon? Or, I mean,
I
will
don't-
Prentice maybe stay at corner?
I don't know. We'll see, but I mean, it looked like we were defending the pass pretty decent until that play.
Coach, you talked about the fake punt at the time. That really gave you guys
Yeah.
some momentum to get back in the game.
That was a good switch, and then Tyler made a great throw. Took a shot right there, and it really got us charged up a little bit. We were down 14 then, right? That cut it to 7, and then we got the ball back and tied it up, and things were looking good. We were feeling good. We had good energy, and we got them 3rd and 10. Got them 3rd and 10 on the what? 20? What was it on the 30?
30.
It was on 3rd and 10 on the 30 in the fourth quarter, and we got to get off the field. Playing cover 2, throw a curl route over the middle. Got to get off the field. And we didn't do it. And then that turns it over, and then we come back, get a couple of first downs, but then we get sacked. And so then we back them up, and then they hand the ball off to 21, and, he looks like Secretariat running through us.
Was that fake punt called in the huddle, or was that something that Jordan Cunningham saw at the read?
No, we called it. Yeah.
Did you see something from South Carolina going into the week where you thought you would have?
Well, every week we carry fakes on all our special teams. We do every week, and you're just waiting for the right time, the right situation where you think it can help. And I felt like that was the right time and the right situation, and the guys executed it well, and it worked. So it was a good play.
Talk about getting a little bit more out of Derek Rogers today, and
Yeah.
what you saw going.
Well, we're trying to get him the ball a little bit more, and we're struggling to do it throwing the ball for whatever reason. But he's a big, strong, and he's practicing good. Big, strong runner, and he gave us, he had 50 yards rushing, he was our leading rusher. We might play him at tailback next week. So we need to, we're just searching for ways to make yards running the ball, because we struggled out there. And Poole averages 2 yards a carry, and Rajon averaged 2.7, giving it to our running backs. That ain't good enough.
Derek, you keep talking about that hook and the Alshon play and cover 2. What do you know of a breakdown, or
Well, you
what
got
side
you
you
got
on there?
the Sam and Mike and the Will triangling the guy, and then you have the corner and the safety when he breaks out. And the Sam, Mike, and Will don't touch him, and then the corner and safety don't touch him. So, and then the backside doesn't catch him. Everybody's in their spots. So we got to do a better job of coaching, bending the knees and putting your eyes down and hitting the guy and running faster when he breaks out.
It seemed like most of the penalties going into this game for you guys have been in the 5 and 10 yard variety, but I haven't seen the stats. But it seemed like there
I
were 3 or
was
4
real
15-yarders.
disappointed. We had 3 of them. The Rick, not very smart, and he admitted it. And Jaquez, not very smart. And then who was the third one on? It was Malik. Not very smart. Both the defenses when we're after a big play. It's just not smart, sound football. And we got lucky. We overcame the Ricks, but we had the ball on the 1 yard line, and now we're on the 16. So we didn't play very smart. We hadn't had that problem. I don't know why it showed up.
Derek, you guys hadn't shown the ability to overcome those bad starts to the second half.
And
in
I
previous
thought that
games.
was encouraging.
I mean, why do you think it was today? What do you think it was?
I think it just, you keep emphasizing it and coaching it, and quit looking at the scoreboard and keep competing. I think a lot of times early in the year we got affected by the score when bad things happened in the second half, and today we didn't get affected, and that was good. It's a good step. I really didn't think we got affected against Alabama, because, like I said, even though they scored, we had a 10-play drive and a 9-play drive that backed it up. We just couldn't finish it. We finished it today, so that was encouraging. You know, but we got to start learning how to stop them.
How much of how you responded today was Tyler's ability to shake off the interception and go back out there and sling it around?
That's an important part of it. You know, when they score, you got to score points. And I said that. If we'd have gone and scored our standard 13 points against an SEC team, we'd have gotten run out of the stadium. So it keeps you, you know, when you can match points with them, it keeps you believing a little easier. All right? But when it's 13-13 and then 20-13 and then 27-13, and then 27 and then 34, I mean, it's human nature. You start saying, ain't no way. I mean, it doesn't mean you're a quitter, but, you know, but when you can match him a little bit, you go, okay, we're still in it, but we got to get some stops.
You talk about the game
You know?
scenarios.
But we didn't help our defense either. You know, we turned the ball twice. We gave them a pick six, and then we muffed the punt. You know, this has been an issue all year, the return game. And we give up a sack. So 21 points we handed them. Now, what you like to do is hold them to field goals and make it 13 points. But we handed them 21 points. Well, how are you going to beat the team that's going to the Georgia Dome when you do that?
You mentioned
What?
talk about the games that Arias had tonight. I guess
He was phenomenal, you know, and we had time and we maneuvered a little bit. We could shoot it to him down the field. You know, the thing, it's probably like most teams. You know, you feel like you can get open and do some things, but what makes this team good on defense is that defensive line. You know, they're hitting every quarterback they play. They're leveraged. They play with great technique. They're explosive. They get on edges. They're quick. And they do a good job. And that's why they're, you know, what's their record? Whatever it is. That's why. They got a good defensive line that pressures the quarterback. He doesn't have 8 seconds to throw the football. You know, if we'd have had 8 seconds back there, we might have thrown for about a lot more. But we had about 2.1. You know, then you got to kind of do something to buy another 3/8 of a second.
You mentioned twice that South Carolina's going to go to the Georgia Dome. Why do you think they're going to win the division?
I don't know. Aren't they? That's what everybody's telling me. Aren't they in first place? I don't know. I keep saying that. If I end up being wrong, I apologize.
They're first.
Yeah, they're in first place. So it's not to disrespect any other team in the East, but they're the lead dog. Aren't they? I think they can lose one more and still go, can't they?
Not to Florida.
Huh?
It depends.
Whatever. I'll let you know.
They're the favorite.
They're the first place. Replace all those things about going to the Georgia Dome with the first place team in the East. So if y'all could go back and edit every time I said the team that's going to the Georgia Dome and change it to the team that's in first place in the East, so I'm factually accurate.
Anything else?
All right. Anything else?
No, thank you very much.